Hey guys, this is Eve with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to do Melinas challenge, and I think it was, what was the name of it? Let me look, hold on. V-cut pockets with front tucks. So V-cut pockets with front tucks. Now, I think you could do these out of any kind of paper, but I'm going to use just some of my scrapbook paper that I have here. So let me see. What am I going to do? Oh, you know, I lost my little leg off of here. Well, I stuck some washi down in there. It's working so far. That's okay. All right. Now, you can make these any size that you want. I'm not sure at this point how big I will make them. Let's see. I think I shall cut this in half, maybe. This was a 12-inch piece, so I'm just cutting it in half. This one may turn out to be, this one may turn out to be way too big, but we shall see. So, let's see if that's going to be, well, it's going to be tall and skinny. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of the bottom. I don't want it quite that tall. And I think she said you can do these any size that you want. They don't have to be a particular size. Just to make them to fit your journal. Now this one is, I'll tell you how wide. It's 6 inches by 4 inches. So a 6 by 4. And then one of these she folded over quite a bit. The one on the bottom, I think. And then this one she folded about right there. Or vice versa. You could do it either way. It doesn't matter. And this paper, I can't really tell which is up and which is down anyway, so we're going to do it that way. Alright, so I think that's about how she folded it. She left this one shorter than this one. This one goes all the way over, and this one just goes about right there. Then she took her trimmer, and I'm going to just do this. I'm going to draw this out first, just so that we can kind of see what we're doing. She come out just a little bit from this score line right here. So I'm going to put a mark on that score line so you can see it. So from this score line right here, she came out just about 1/4 inch. And I'm going to do mine like this. Maybe like that. Let's see. I'm going to draw a little line, and then on this side we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to come over about 1/4. Now I don't know if this needs to be precise or not, but we're about to find out. So I just drew a little line here and a little line there. We're going to cut that off and see what happens. It may not be exactly right, and then again it might come together okay, but we'll know after we do this first one, won't we? Okay, so that one will go there. Well, that looks all right to me. Now this one you could actually cut down a little bit more if you wanted to, and as a matter of fact I think I might, so that you'd have, I'd like to have this that comes on down here has more of a V. So let's just do that. I don't want to come in there, but I do want to come down this way. Now let's see if that, oh yeah, I like that better. See, my V actually meets more in the center than it did, and I like that part of it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, and we're probably going to do them out of some different materials. This, like I said, is just a scrapbook piece. It's a scrap of a scrapbook paper. So we're going to do these, decorate them up some different ways, and we may even, I think she put a little pocket in the front, so we'll show you how to do the little pocket, all of that kind of good stuff. Now that's how it's going to fold right there. So my little tuck pocket's going to be right here, so all I need to glue when I glue, I need to glue right across here, right at the end. And then I'm just going to go all the way across like that. And then just a little dot right up here at the top where that little V is right there. I think that is going to make it come together right. I think that's what she did. I watched her video a while ago. It's been a few days, so I'm having to think about it a little bit. Alright, let's see if that works. Now, I got some of these tags. Excuse me for the crinkling, I'm sorry. So I got quite a few of these little tags from one of you guys. Thank you so much. And now they're going to be a little bit too big. I thought they might work, but they're the right width, but they're a little bit too tall. They stick out this way too far. Of course, we could always trim them off if we wanted to. Why don't we do that, and then we'll just cover the little tag with some paper. And I'll tell you what size I'm doing the tag. Okay. Let's see if that's too short. I just guessed at that. No, that's just right. So this little tag is 1 5/8 by 2 1/4 to the very tip. So that's, if you make a pocket this size, of course you can adjust your tags to whatever. That's what size we're going to need right there. Now I'm just going to cover this with a little piece of paper of some kind. And I'm thinking that I might just tear a piece of book page and put on there. So let's see what we need to tear that down to. I think I'm going to tear it right there. And then we'll ink up our little tag and put that piece of book page down. These tags are very thick. They're nice. So thank you so much for sending them. So we're just going to put that right there. I still feel like I need to trim it off just a little bit. So let's trim it with our fingers. Then we'll put it down. And you could collage on the top of these tags. That'd be cute. I just want to put a little piece of paper there. And then, let's see. What shall we put on top of it? I got these goodies in this little envelope here. So let's see if there's anything in here that's small enough that we could use it on there. This is a cute little envelope too. We'll have to make some of those. Whoops, that's paper clips. We'll have to make some of those too. I think Julie made these. Camellia Crafts, I believe is the name of her channel. I think she made those. Oh, look at that little puppy. That doesn't really go, but it's cute. Okay. Let's see. That's cute, but it wouldn't slide in there good. So I don't know about any of that. Let me lay that aside. I don't think any of that'll work on this one. This is whatever I put on here is going to have to be kind of flat. So what I think I'm going to do is use a piece of this. This is the Tim Holtz fabric washi. We've got this in the store right now, and I think I'm just going to use a piece of it. And it is so sticky. It is stuck to my hand. You don't have to worry about this coming off, that's for sure. Okay, we're just going to put a little piece of that down there. And it even frays. Isn't that something? Okay. So I like that. And then I'm not even sure if I put anything in the top of that or not. If I do, I may wait until I put it in the journal that I'm going to use it in. And then I'll, depending on my colors, I'll put something in there. So let's do a tag for the top here. Let me think. Do I have any tags that size? I don't think I do. Okay, this paper is very thick. It is some paper that went in our, I think, June e-club kit. It is a nice, thick, quality paper. Come from Brutus Monroe. And I am going to use this in here. Now, it is single-sided, but that's good because we can use the back for journaling. Do you make your mark and then lose your mark? I do that all the time. And I know people say, well, why don't you just put your mark on the back side? Well, I could. Couldn't I? I definitely could do that. Okay. All right. I'm coming into a little resistance there, and I'm wondering if it's this tag. Now, let's see. I think I want the top part as the tag part. So we'll cut that off. Yeah, that'll work. And then I'm just going to cut it in the shape of a tag. I think this small one will work right here. Oops. Someone asked me, why did I flip this over? Well, all of these corners are different. So in order to get the same corner cut, I have to flip it. So I just cut all of them a different size. And that's just the way that works. That's why I flip it. All right, I think I'm going to try to use this little punch. And there we go. It's a little ribbon punch, and I can link this. I got mine on Amazon, and it has a little adjustment here on the side where you can adjust it up depending on how low you want your hole. So I have just now started learning how to use it. I still don't know, but I've just now started learning. All right, let's see. I think on this one, I'm just going to use this little piece of sari silk. This is the last little piece I have left. And so I think I'm just going to use this on this tag. And this is a very ragged little piece. The reason I had it left is because I was putting it on one of the journals and I was pulling on it and it just broke. So it was kind of ragged. So I just saved it for myself. Now I'll put that down in there. I think you have to put this large one in there before you put this one in. If you don't, the large one kind of hangs on that big one. Okay. So there is that. Let's go ahead and pull that nice and tight. There's that one. And then you could do some embellishing on here. Let's grab some of our little labels that we got from Nancy, from Nancy's Fancies. And let's just put this one on there. It's nice and green, so I think it'll work. You put that right there. And you can do all kinds of embellishing on these. You don't have to just leave them simple like I have. Okay, so that is that one. Let's do kind of a larger one out of this maybe. I may even use a digital in a minute to try to use the digital and see what it looks like. Okay, we'll fold this over. Which one do I want to be? I want that to be the front right there. So I'm going to fold this one in first. Now, depending on how wide your paper is, determines how wide your pocket is. And mine seem to be kind of narrow and tall. And I actually think that I might cut that one off a little bit. Oh, when I start to cut my V, I'm going to lose part of that. I'm going to trim this off a little bit at the bottom anyway. So tell me what you guys have been up to out there. We just been working here. That's it. Not doing a lot, just working. And I'm going to use my trimmer to do that. I mean my ruler to do this, I think. I'm going to put my little marks on there first, and then I can look at it and see if I need to trim more off maybe. Let's see, that one comes down to there. No, actually I don't think I will. Let's see. I think that'll work. So let's go ahead and trim that off. You could also fold these little pieces back if you wanted to. I think we did some like that last year, where we folded back and made it look like a little tuxedo pocket. I think I have done that before. You know, after a while you forget what you've done and what you hadn't. And I think that's why it's a good idea to make a little idea journal. And I need to do that, because I think it helps to keep all those ideas in our head, because if everybody's like me, you forget about them. I forget about what I did today and what I did yesterday. That's really cute. I like that. I think I'll make a wider one after this one though. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm just going to go from right here over. I think that'll work. So we'll fold that piece down right there. And then I'm going to fold that piece over. And then I'm just going to put a tiny little dot right there to hold that down. Okay. Then what shall we make our tag out of? I know this one I'm just going to use a little piece, one of those little tags, I think. See what it looks like. Yep, I think I'll use that. And I don't care that it sticks out a tiny little bit. That doesn't bother me. Not at all. Now, if you wanted to cover this whole tag in the paper, you could just cover it. And I was inking the wrong side, actually. And you don't even have to put any paper, embellishments, or anything like that on. Just cover the whole side. I think I'm going to ink the side and just kind of make it look a little bit like leather. Let me grab a piece of book page. It's easier. When I'm putting ink all over, it's easier to do that. So there's our little leather looking tag. I think they look cute. I did a whole series on that one time. A long time ago, many moons ago. Alright, we're going to put that in there. And then, what tag are we going to put in there? I don't want to put the same tag as the paper. And I don't want to use that one, I don't think. I might use a piece of this to make a tag with. I kind of like that. Okay, who is with me? How many of you out there struggle making tags? I can make the project all day long, but when it comes to making a tag, I can never decide what color, what paper, anything like that to make my tag out of. I'm always very indecisive. So, who else is with me? Surely I'm not the only one. Some people just seem to, it just seems to come so easy to them, and they can just put all different shapes and sizes and colors and varieties together, and it looks so good. And when I start trying to do that, sometimes I doubt myself. And I know I tell you guys not to doubt yourself, but I doubt myself sometimes too. We all do. That's just the nature. That's our nature. But I know Melina can just throw different colors together, and it looks so good. But I think I'll like that one. I don't mind that tag. And it's white on the back, so we won't have to cover the back with anything. And it's made with a good thick paper. don't have to do anything there. And I'm just going to stick it in there. I think I might need to trim it off just a tiny bit. Yep. Trim it off a little. It's a little bit too tall. And let's try our punch again. This one is a little bit slick, I think. I think it should have had a rubber handle thing on it. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Didn't get my hole exactly in the center, but it'll work. And we can put a little piece of seam binding or something in there, and that's cute. On here, I could put one of those little words. That would be cute. Let me grab one. Let's just use, believe. Oh yeah, I like that. It sticks out just enough for that to show. And then let's see if we got a piece of seam binding to go in here. I think I have a few little pieces in here. Try to pull out a piece. That's my little scrap that I had in my bowl over here, and I just kind of corralled them all together today. Trim those off a little. It's a little bit too long. I didn't trim that one so good. There we go. Okay, so that is another. Let's try doing one of those out of a book page and see what it looks like. I think it'll be pretty. See if I've got one here that will work, or if I need to get up. Now this is a very, very old book page, so I don't think we'll use that one. It'll probably crack when it's folded. This is an Edith Holden book page. Let's see. Let's see which side. I think I'll fold this side in. And try to get it straight. And then this side over. Oh, I'm going to lose my number. My number right there. And then I'm just going to trim this bottom off, because it's just white anyway. You can use that to stamp on. I said I was going to make one wider this time, didn't I? And I'd have to start out with a wider piece of paper, but I wanted to do this. Now on this one, I don't want to lose all my numbers and things, so let me see if I can just kind of fold it back. I don't know, it probably won't look right, but if it doesn't, we'll cut them off. No, they don't look right, so we're going to have to cut them off. That's okay. We can do that. Alright, so I did finish this little guy off. I'm having all kinds of trouble. Every time somebody comes in, I turn the camera off or either pause it, and then I forgot to turn it back on. But you saw most all of it. All I did was I rounded the corner on this little piece and put it in there, and then I made the tag and just put a little tag topper on it made from the same paper. And then this is a little piece of the Tim Holtz fabric washi tape. And that is, let me show you. You get these 2 rolls in a pack. Now, we had those in, but I just looked right before I started this back up, and I noticed that these are sold out, but we've got more coming in the first part of the week. So that is all that I did to that one. So let's do another. Now, I had someone ask in a video if I would show how to use this collage paper from Tim Holtz. So I'm going to make one, and we're going to use a little bit of that collage paper. So I'm going to use a Tim Holtz page out of here. I don't know what, but let's see what we'll grab. I don't want it too dark because I'm going to use some of that paper on it. So let's see. That one looks like a good one right there. Let's see. We'll see if that works flip through and see if I see one a little bit better. Ooh, we might could do the butterfly one. We might do the butterfly one. Okay, and then that one's not too dark either, so we can use any of those. And this is the Tim Holtz Paper Stash collection, and then this is the 8x8. I don't think we have any more of these in, but I will try to look them up and link them below if I can find them somewhere else. If you want to purchase one of those, I might use this for the collage paper because I think the collage paper will look better on this. So let's see. I don't think I want it completely that tall, so we are going to cut it off some. Completely. I don't think I want it completely. I don't think I want it that tall. Lol, I'm having trouble with everything. Okay, that looks good. Right there. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then just gonna fold in about like that. And then fold in about like that. And I think I'll just let this side be the front because I like that really dark distress there. I'm just gonna reinforce that. And let's see, looks like I didn't fold that one too good. Let's try it again. Okay, so we have that. Now we can either fold these back like I showed you earlier, make it a little different, or we can cut it off like Melina did. I think I'll just go ahead and cut it off because we are going to use that collage paper on it. But if you want to, you can just fold them back if you don't want to cut them off for some reason. And I'm just drawing a little line so I can kind of look as to where I want to cut it off. You don't have to do this. You can put it right back in your trimmer like Melina did and just cut it off. This is just me being a little bit finicky. I just want to see where my lines are going to cross. And let's see, I need to bring this one down a little bit. It's just me. It's just the E thing. Oh, Lordy. Okay. Oh, yeah. So that makes my lines cross closer to the center. They don't have to be right in the center, but it just makes them cross a little bit closer. Now, I'm going to ink this up. And I did splurge on myself, and I got a new ink pad this morning. The reason being is my other one I had had for probably 6 or 7 years, and I had just about worn it completely out. I had used it and refilled it and used it until it was about in rags. So I did go ahead and grab another one this morning. So it may be really, really inky, so we're just going to go a little bit slow on pulling the ink from that one. Okay, let's see what that looks like. You can also cross it that way. It just depends on which way you want it. And I want mine crossed this way because I want my little tuck in there. Alright, so I think that will work. Now, we're going to use a piece of this paper to decorate this up. Now this is almost like a vellum or real thin baker's paper, something like that. So you can just pull it off like you like it, or tear it, cut it, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and glue these together because I've got an idea of what I want to do with it, and I need these glued together first. So we're going to put a little bit of glue down here at the bottom. Bring this one over. And then this one over to meet like that. Okay, and then up here at the very top, not at my point, here's my point, but up at the very top I'm going to put a little dot of glue. Well, I think I did. Did I? No, now I did. Okay. Now, alright, to put a little piece in here, I think we're going to use this little tag. Let's see if that will work. Oh yes, that's perfect. These are some little tags that one of you guys sent me. And what I'm going to do is cover this tag with some of this paper. So all I'm going to do is just tear off a piece. Now this can be used in your projects just exactly like you would use any other paper. You can, like I said, you can cut it, you can tear it, you can use it in your collage, you can use it on your page. It doesn't matter. Just use it like you would use any of your other papers. Okay, we're going to grab our glue stick, because any ink that you would put under this, since it's so thin, any glue that you would put under this, since it's so thin, it would probably show through. Whoops, I just put that glue on the wrong side. Alright, so put your glue down. And then just decide where you want that. Press it down. Now this is almost the thickness of maybe a napkin. So you can do the same thing with this as you do with your napkins. If you want to wet the edges and tear it, you can do that. Or you can sand those edges off like that. Now I will do this, and if this sound bothers you, just turn your volume down. Or skip through this. I am just going to use my little sander, and you can use a fingernail file if you want to, and I'm just going to sand around it. You could use your water and your paintbrush to do the same thing. Oh, it sands really, really well. I like that. Okay, now up here at the very top, where you have that little different area of your tag there that's a little bit rounded and a little bit curved, I just sand a little bit, and then I go in with my scissors and just trim off any little excess. And then you can come back in with your sanding block and just pull that excess off. So there's a little tag that is done just using that collage paper. And you can poke your hole back in the middle there if you want. I may just leave it like that. I kind of like that. And then I'm going to save these pieces because I can use those. I think I'll come in with just a little tag, one of these little tags that we got from Nancy's Fancies. And I'll just grab one of those and put just a little bit of ink on it just to distress it, because this is all distressed looking. And then we'll put that, and I think I'm just going to hang it off and then I'll trim it. I like that look. I got it a little crooked, but once you put it down on this tissue paper, there is no getting it up, so I'm just going to leave it. Okay, then I'm going to take my little brush and I'm just going to brush over that to knock it back and to make it go back into that background. So see, that is one way you can use, and it's really like a tissue paper. If you've ever had the Tim Holtz tissue paper, it's basically the same thickness. This is just called collage paper. And then we'll tuck that in there. Isn't that pretty? That goes so well with that. I love that. Okay, now we're going to make a larger tag, and I may cover a larger tag the same way. So let's find something that we want to make a larger tag out of. What about this? This is just the backing of some ephemera. And I think I will use this. I'll cut it off right there. and cut it off right there. Okay. I love using that collage paper. It is, like I said, it's almost like a tissue paper or a napkin, something like that. And you can do basically the same things with it as you can do with the napkin. You can cover a book page. We may even do that. Let me get this one done. And I think on this one, all I'm going to do is round the corners. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and round them before I cover it. Since that one is already rounded anyway, we'll just round those. And now let's bring our little mat back in so that we can glue. Now this is a slick surface, so I'm going to put a little bit of extra glue on there. I don't think it'll take a lot. And then I'm going to grab my little paper again here. And we're just going to lay it down right there, and then I just smooth mine out. Now you don't have to smooth it out. You could leave it and just kind of bunch it up if you want to do that. That's pretty too. So either way you want to do it, it works. We have this in, I think, a couple of different brand or colors, I should say, not brands. We have it, it's all Tim Holtz, but we have it in a couple of different colors, styles. Okay, then I'm just going to go around it and sand that off. Like I said, you could use water, just a little water and brush, or a water brush, to pull that off if you wanted. Now look how cute that looks. We've got that dark in the background and then that on top. Isn't that cute? I'm loving that. Okay. Now I feel like I need a little pull on the top of this. Let's make sure this fits. Yes, it does. Woo. I was thinking, oh my goodness, I've already made it and it probably won't fit, but it does. Now I do go around and ink these just because when you pull that paper off, well, this one I inked already. I was going to show you there's a little white core around there when you sand that paper off. So I would definitely go in and put a little bit of ink on there. That little piece right there, I didn't get enough glue on. So we'll put a little on there. So then we can tuck that in that way. And let's see. Am I going to put a word or something at the top of that? I don't know. Let's grab one of these, but I think I want to trim out around it. Yeah, I want to trim this light color out from around it, and then I'm going to ink it pretty heavy. Clean my scissors off. Now to clean your Tim Holtz scissors, I also had that question. To clean your scissors, all you need to do is either grab some alcohol wipes or just some alcohol in a cloth or paper towel or whatever, and then just put some alcohol on them and go over and rub that glue and stuff off of there. The alcohol doesn't hurt them, because I get mine gluey all the time. And that's what I clean mine with. Okay, now let's go in and I'm going to ink this kind of heavy. I just want that to be knocked back a little bit. I'm going to stick it back down on here, and I'm going to use my little brush. With that white color or cream milk color knocked back just a little bit so it doesn't stand out quite so much. Let's see which one's the top, which one's the bottom. That's the top. So I think we'll just put that right there like that. Right, and then I need a little punch to go on here, a little punched piece. So let's see what we've got. Okay, let's see which one of these halfway matches. Doesn't have to match all the way. But if it comes close, that's good enough. That's a possibility. Like it a little bit darker than that. That one will work right there. Okay, now I am gonna fold this and then I'm gonna ink it up. And this little tag topper is made from our punch. And no, I do not know where you can get one. I know I'm gonna have that question a bunch. This was an old Stamp It Up punch that has long since been discontinued. Why, I don't know, because it was one of their most popular punches. But they discontinued it many years ago. And those of us who have one, it's like gold, I think, because they're hard to get a hold of. Sometimes you can find somebody selling one on Etsy or someplace like that, but they're usually very, very expensive. Okay, so then we'll just push that right down in there, and there is another. Now I want something right here, so let's see. I'll see what I have in the Tim Holtz Flowers. I wonder if any of these flowers might work. Those are too big, so let's look at the Tim Holtz. I think most of these are going to be pretty big too. This is the Botanical, I believe, collection, but we are completely out of it. Have been out for a while, and they have been on back order. I tell you, that's the norm around here. Everything's on back order. It's hard to get product these days. That's why we have closed off adding any more people to our e-club kit, because it is so hard for us to get product right now. Nope, that one doesn't work for me. And that one doesn't work for me. Okay, so we will go back to our washi flowers, washi sticker flowers. I think, let's see, what color are we looking for? Oh, I like that. I could pull it over a little bit, and I just have to wrap one flower around. I don't mind that. Okay. And do you believe that I got those washi sticker butterflies in last week? And Melina put them all up in the store, and before I could even get to one, they had sold out, so I didn't even get me one. But I ordered more. I ordered more, so I will get one of these. Now I'm going to fold that little piece under right there, I think. Yeah, there we go. And then this, I'm just going to fold it around. I'm not going to cut it off because it's not going to matter. Oh, look at that. I love that. Pull a little ink over that, knock it back into the page, and look how pretty. I love that. That yellow goes really well with the colors in that tag, and that pocket and tag. Okay, so that is another. I may make one more. Let's see, what can we make one out of now? We have used lots of different things. I may use one of Betty's digitals, and this is from her digital kit, Ledger and Lace. So you can go over and check that out. I usually have Betty's link below, but I'll make sure that I link it. See if oh yeah, that one right there. That one will work. Okay. Let's see. I want to get most of this flower in it, so we may make a tall one. Now the inside of this one is going to be white, or unless I decide to cover it, which I don't mind the white. That will work fine because your tag's basically going to cover that up. But, you know, if you don't want to have one that has white on the inside, then you can just cover that inside part that's going to show. I don't mind having that white in there. Well, I'm not holding my mouth right this morning. There we go. And what it is I'm not holding the ruler. Is what these rulers are. I've had a couple of people that said I'm not sure how I need to use the ruler. I'm doing something wrong. You do have to put some pressure on it. It's not just lay it down there and pull. You have to put some pressure on it in order to make it tear. Now, and sometimes I have a little bit of trouble. And sometimes I have a little bit of trouble putting that pressure on there because of my wrist and my hands. But just put some pressure on and it should tear just fine. Some of the paper I have found tears a lot easier than others. Okay, I think I'm actually going to go sideways with this. I'm going to get the flowers in, and I'm not going to get all of them in anyway. So I'm just going to go sideways. That's going to be fine. It doesn't matter. And I do need to go ahead and trim these edges straight. I was tearing them, and I should have been cutting them because I actually forgot that what I'm making needs a straight edge, not a crooked edge. Okay, I'm just going to trim all of them off even, hopefully. Now that works much, much better. Okay, now I can get my flowers on there, my writing and everything. And like I said, I don't mind that it's sideways. This is going to be a pocket anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. And I'm going to tuck it this way on this one. So let's go ahead and do our trimming. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that's going to meet just perfect. Perfect for me anyway. Okay, I'm going to cover this a little bit, and this is just a piece of that ledger paper. And I am going to put that right there to cover that. And I'm not going to run it down very far. I'll use my ruler to tear this bottom part off because it doesn't have to be even. And then I'm just going to glue that down right there. I'm going to leave a little bit of that sticking up so that I can trim it off nice and even. Okay. Now look what you have. See, you can use single-sided paper if you need to. You can use your digitals. Just trim that little part off and then go back and add your ink. And that is all ready. Now let's go ahead and put our glue down. And just a little touch of glue up here. Just enough to hold that. Now I think that is cute. Okay, let's decide what we want to put in the side here. Let's see. That's interesting. I think I may, I want to use this little tag, but I don't want to trim my bird off. So I'm just going to trim right at the bottom and then cut this out. And I think that's the little tag I want to use. And I may see if I can find a little bird to put up at the top. This is from, let's see. This is from an older collection from Blue Fern. Right this minute I can't remember the name of it, but we don't have any more of this, and I don't know if they do or not. You might check with Blue Fern and see. If I can remember the name, I'll put it below. Alright, let's see if that works. Yes, I like that, and it has that little bit of green around it. And I'm not going to put a little topper in this because it has that cute butterfly up there. But I am going to put a little sticker at the top. And again, I'm just going to use one of these. These are fantastic. Nancy, I love these. Thank you so much for sending these to me. I have used a ton of them. And I will put her link below. It's Nancy's Fancies, and she sells all of these, and then when you make a purchase, you do get a free file to go with a silhouette. Now, I'm not sure if it will work on a Cricut or anything like that, but I know she said it does work on a silhouette. But look at that, how pretty. That's so pretty. Okay, put that right there. And then we need a large tag for the top. Okay, let's use another one of the, this is just the backing from some ephemera. I'm just going to use it. Let's cover it with some of this beautiful ledger paper. This is from the same collection, and I'm just going to cover it with that. And then we'll have to cover the back so that we'll be able to write on that. This is a sheet from the backing of a sticker. Or this is the backing of a sticker sheet is what this is, if you're wondering what I keep putting down here. It just helps when I am putting this top glue on. I don't get it all over my mat. Usually you can let the glue dry on these and then you can use them again. You can just keep using them over and over again. I do that unless I get one really, really messy. And if I get it real bad messy, then I change it out. I have quite a few of these because we used to use just our regular printer to print labels. And we bought the labels that had the self-adhesive on the back. And I couldn't bring myself to throw these away. I just felt bad throwing them away. I thought there's got to be something I can use them for. And that was years ago. And so now I found the use for them. I had them in my stash and I just pulled them out and started using them. And I mean, it's fantastic. I don't use up my book pages. It works just as good. And like I said, usually you can let the glue dry on there and then you're set to go to use it again and again. So what are we going to put on the back of here? Let's see. I'm trying to see if I have anything right here in my stash. Well, in my little nook over here. I've got a little nook over here to the side. Let's see. I think this will work. I think that's wide enough. This is just some scraps from where I trim them off, my sheets off to go in my journals. And this is some, it's called drawing paper from Amazon, but it prints wonderful. You can print on this and it looks very, very vintage. And you can write on it very easy, and it's great for the back of your tags. I use tons of it. I think it comes in like a big stack of maybe 500 sheets or something like that. But if you do a lot of work like I do, it pays you to get the 500. And if you don't want the 500, you can split it with a friend. I mean, paper's not gonna, you know, it's gonna last for a long time anyway. Melina and I usually get a big pack and then we split it, and she uses on it and I use on it. And I mean, I print on it. It goes through my printer fine. I have to trim it down because it is, I think they're actually like 9 by 13 sheets or something like that. I can't remember. But they're a little bit too big for my printer, so I just trim it down to 8.5 by 11 and run it through my printer. Okay, let's lay that over there. Got a little bit of glue right there, so let's pull that off. And trying to decide if I want to make this into a tag shape or just round it. I think I'm just going to round the corners again. Sometimes I like just the rounded corners, and this is a little bit thick. This punch will do it, but it's also the but I'm going to grab this guy because the glue in under there is still wet, and I don't want to have to fight with it. We have these in stock as well. These are the corner chompers. Love these. These will chomp through even chipboard. So if you've got a big stack of papers you need to do all at one time, they go right through it like butter. I know that when I'm saying all this stuff, some of you may think, oh my gosh, all she does is sell, sell, sell on her videos. That's not true. That's not what I'm trying to do. I have so many people that ask questions. What is that blue thing you're using? What is the pink thing you're using? What is this? What is that? So that's why I try to say what I'm using. And then I also tell you where you can find it. If you can find it in our store, then why wouldn't I say, you know, we have it available in the store? But that's why I do what I do. That's not to just say, oh, you need to go over and buy this. Because you don't need to go over and buy it, but you can if you want to. Now, I'm going to put a flower on this. And I think I might put one of the large ones of Tim Holtz. I haven't found a good place to use these yet in my small things that I'm doing, so I'm going to use it on here. Ooh, that's pretty. That's the first one I pulled out. I like it. I am going to ink around rather than cut those white edges off. Just don't want that stark white on there, but that's up to you. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I love that. Okay, and I think I'm going to use a piece of this washi. And I want to tell you, this stuff is so sticky. It is very sticky. If you get it stuck to your finger, good luck. I stuck it to my fingernail yesterday, and I didn't think I was ever going to get it to turn loose. Well, I'm going to try to cut it. I don't know if these scissors are, I may have to get my Tim Holtz my big scissors out. Ugh. So you don't have to worry about this coming up, that's for sure. Now I'm going to put a little piece right down here at the bottom. And yes, I did put that upside down. There we go. And just brush over that. And then I think I will use just the other piece. Where will I use it? I'm not sure. I think I'll use just a small portion of it on here. Again, I like to just brush over it. Makes it, put a little ink on my brush and brush over it. It makes it look like it's part of the paper. And then let's just put this other little piece right here. Okay. Then we need a little tag topper. I apologized for my video last night. The last part of it, I don't know what I did to it. I think I might have actually deleted the last part. But you got everything that you needed to get anyway. That was the last tag that I had done. The only thing that was missing was just my exit. And you know, you know how I exit, so I think most of you can quote that from by heart, how I enter and how I exit. Okay, there's the little topper for that. And then we're going to put that down in there. Ooh, I think that's pretty. Okay. All right, guys, I think that is all I'm going to do on this video. Let me show you what we've done. I love, 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 love all of them. These will be so pretty in your journals. And they're easy to make, and you can use up your scraps. Use up your old book pages, your scraps, whatever you have floating around. Just use it. Use it up. Alright guys, that is it. Please don't forget to go over and check Melina's video. That will be linked directly below. This is her challenge that we have done today. So go over and check that out. And then please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.